Assalamualaikum and good morning to our lecturer, Mrs. Nurul Ain binti Muhammad Rafai and our classmate. Today, my group turn to present the chapter 8. The title is Ethical Consideration of Technology in Sport. Before I start, let me introduce my group members. My name is Nur Amira Nabila binti Hussein and I the first presenter. The second presenter is Muhammad Zaini bin Muhammad Izzuddin. The third presenter is Nur Afika binti Abdul Latif and last presenter is Muhammad Fawaz bin Muhammad Fuad. For introduction, technology in sport is a technical which athletes attempt to improve their training and competitive surrounding in order to enhance their overall athlete performance. So, with the ability of technology in this sport, athletes can use them in sport activity as they can facilitate athletes in participating in sport tournament. This technology developed to reach human interest or goal in or relating to a particular sport. So, in recent time, the evolution of sports science has enabled athletes who use technology to train for every sport tournament. Next is technology used to enhance performance. First, sport equipment. Sport equipment, also called sporting goods, are the tool, material, apparel, and gear used to compete in a sport and varies depending on the sport. The equipment range from ball, nets, and protective gear like helmet. Sporting equipment can be used as protective gear or as tool used to help the athlete play the sport. The second is nutrition and fitness. Nutrition use ideas from molecular biology to understand how nutrition affects the human body. Fitness is having a healthy mind, body, and spirit to allow you to maximize your potential and help others maximize their potential. Nutrition and fitness are different things, but when combined will be advantage to a person. Why did I say that? I give some example. They have one people very fat. To lose their weight, he needs to eat a balanced meal and needs to do some fitness to gain the ideal weight. So that he need to use smartphone to download an application to get good result and being able to simplify his work. The third is prosthetic. What is the prosthetic? Prosthetic addition application attached or prosthetic implant is an artificial device that repairs a missing body part, which may be lost to trauma, disease, or condition present at birth. It can be used in sport event. The lastly is other device. A better example of applied technology in sport is the use of smart equipment that incorporate sensor and computer as a part of their function. Most international caliber athletes typically undergo some form the human performance evaluation as a part of their training regimen. Next, benefit of advanced sporting technology. Firstly, improving and increasing athlete performance. When there is technology in sport, it can give more confidence to athletes, especially to the disabled, as they can wear prosthetics to play in sport. The second is health and well-being of performance can be maintained and observed. Health level can be known to the availability of technology. The third is safety to prevent injury. It can be prevented by the availability of enough complete sport equipment from any injury. And lastly is modern sporting technologies have also made officiating easy and make accurate and spectator interest and excitement. Advantage of technology. Firstly is spectators. Wider range of sport accessible visible through technology, which is glass wall in squash, and on-screen information interaction. Advantage for athlete. Firstly, equipment designed for individual needs. Athlete can request their sport needs. Second is faster rehabilitation. Third is improved analysis of performance. Fourth is increased knowledge of diet using nutrition and fitness. Fifth is instant feedback and performance. And lastly is advanced clothing and equipment. And lastly, advantage for the coach. Firstly is specific detail recording of performance. Second is video analysis of match. And lastly, new training technique and equipment. And next is disadvantage of technology. Firstly, could lead increase injury of violence. It means when people misuse the available technique. The second is may lead the cheating. When many people know using existing technology, then more scams are happen to be selfish. The third is can disrupt or slow down gain, and the lastly could be an unfair advantage and be expensive. That's all for me, and I will pass the next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you for presenting what is technology to us, Ms. Amira Nabila. And for my turn, I will explain what is advanced materials. Advanced materials consists of goal of sports where competitions are held as results and winning, and it is meant to be to advance our performance of our athletes, and by that we can see the improvements of the performance and the ease of skill acquisition. And what I explained on the slide just now is to explain what is advanced materials is to us. Advanced materials will continue to improve the game so that we have less efficiency, fitness, and skill are necessary to play. Advanced materials is a good and helpful in sports, but it can result in some harm and bad consequences, such as the cost of the materials. Indeed, advanced materials can be a high cost, expensive, but it provides a great measure of a good for physically challenged athletes. The materials are costly, but only available to the wealthy. On this slide, I will talk about what are the changes in sports because of technology and advanced materials. Advanced materials. It is just distribution. By saying that it benefits to the wealthy because of the cost and the efficiency. Next is the competitive opportunities that advanced material can bring. For in this content, it prevents direct harm where in some parts such as javelin or normal physical contact, maybe softball, baseball, or golf. Next one, lastly, advanced materials changes the ergogenic aids, where people are not going to work as a machines anymore, because we create machines to do our work. Now ask yourselves, why do we need technology or advances material in sports. Firstly, we are to reduce human effort. This is to eliminate any human error that is done by us. And also, it is to improve and increase athletic performance and efficiency. By mean efficiency and performance, we can do analysis about it using Hawkeyes. Hawkeyes will be explained by the next presenter before after me. And lastly, safety. Why do we need technology advances in to continuing in why we use technologies in sports. Why ethical dilemmas? We can caught betting in a game, so technology is part of it, where we can catch who is betting on what sports, in what sports mean. And next one is broadcasting. Broadcasting is to share experiences with the world. So by meaning of broadcasting, we use internet or television. Lastly, why we need it for technology in sports is to improve decision making. Referees are to be proved can improve the flow of a game, where close 50-50 decisions can be a deciding careers in deciding events. Now, I will talk about what a sporting challenge in this chapter. If there was about competition and winning, so it was the goals and for the sports. Now, technology materials are there to improve the game from time to time. There will be less mistake that been done to make decisions. In some parts, there are ethical issues. If the use of technology in sports is directed toward helping the performer improve their fitness, skill, and health rather than result, no ethical issues will arise from this event.
Thank you to the previous presenter, Mr. Zaini, and I will continue presenting about Hawkeye technology. So let's start with the definition of Hawkeye. The fastest serve ever recorded was 263 km per hour. That's crazy too fast and almost impossible to follow with naked eye. Answer: Hawkeye. What is Hawkeye? Hawkeye is a computer system used to visually track the path of the ball and display a record of its path as moving image. This it helps in providing a virtual understanding of the path of an object such as the ball used in sport of cricket, tennis, etc. This technology was invented in the United Kingdom by Dr. Paul Hawking in 2001 and is owned by Sony company that originally started for cricket. It has gained more popularity through tennis, and in a very short span, it is used in more than 20 various sports today, such as badminton, football, etc. For badminton, it is actually similar with tennis, where it is to determine the result whether it is in or out. Hawkeye, known as the most innovative technology provider in sport broadcasting. It is primarily used by the majority of television networks to track the trajectory of ball in flight during the gameplay. Moving on to the components of Hawkeye slide. Hawkeye technology comprises of two main components, which is a tracking system and a video replay system. The tracking system is to measure the position of the ball at multiple frames from the speed, swing, the ball bounce, deviates sideways, and predict of its direction that have passed. For the video replay system, I have 3 points. The first one is Hawkeye system can incorporate more video replay camera for analysis from different angles which can be controlled remotely. The second one is the video. The video is captured and stored digitally on hard disk. And the third one is this uses display unit like monitor and projector screen. To have a better understanding about how does it works, so let's watch this video.
How does it work? And can we trust it to make the correct call every single time, no matter how close the shot was? On a tennis court fitted with Hawkeye technology, 10 ultra-motion high-speed cameras are installed around the perimeter of a tennis court, 5 per side capturing video at 340 frames per second. This number will be important in a second. The system works together to triangulate information from each calibrated camera to produce a 3D position of the ball. While many believe that Hawkeye literally watches the ball and determines from a live video of the bounce as to whether the ball was in or out, the truth is actually very different and far more technical, where instead of telling the viewer what happened, the cameras actually calculate what's going to happen even before the ball bounces. You see, the cameras determine the trajectory of where the shot is going by calculating the position of the ball at different intervals as it comes off the player's racket. Remember that number? If the cameras capture footage at 340 frames per second, we can generalize that the computer generates 340 different positions of the ball every second. With this information, an algorithm takes that data and can very accurately predict exactly where the ball will bounce way before it even touches the ground. Combined with a calculation which incorporates ball compression and skid once it hits the ground, the bounce mark is then determined, giving us that awesome shot spot visual on the big screen within just seconds.
Flaws, of course. We all know computers break down. Not all courts are equipped with the technology, and sometimes players just don't agree.
Toujours raison.
And while some players don't love it, others, like Andy Murray, don't seem to mind it.
Hawkeye is exceedingly more capable than we give it credit for, with the ability to understand trajectory, spin, skid, and speed far better than any human eye could.
Proceed to the next part, which is advantages and disadvantages of Hawkeye. Like most things in life, it has its own pros and cons as well. Let's start with the advantages first. I have 4 points. The first one is this technology is used in 20 different sports and counting more. The second one is it is used by players, coaches, stars, statisticians and tacticians to analyze previous game and come up with new strategies for the next match. The third one is reduce human effort, which is it is good considered to the present situation. And the last one is can avoid from biased judge. For the disadvantages, I have 3 points. The first one is it is expensive, so Hawkeye officials are working towards in making more cost effective so that it can be used in more premier tournaments around the world. The second one is it is not 100% accurate, as in tennis there's a 3.6mm error margin, and the last one it challenged the umpire decision. Proceed to the last part of my presentation, why Hawkeye technology is needed. Why Hawkeye? Sport has a great commercial importance and its popularity have exploded across the globe. In addition, some sports offer very fast action and rapid movement that cannot be seen precisely with naked eye. So, technology is needed as an aid in decision making.
As a result, there is a need to make it as fair as possible, which human error plays a vital role in decision making at decisive moments. Thus, there is a need to bring technology to minimize the chances of human error in such decision making. It also can help the players and team to study their past game and improve their performance in the next match. That's all from me. Thank you, and I will pass to the last presenter, which is Mr. Fawaz.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Morning to our madam and our fellow friends. So thank you to Afika because giving me to present after her. So now, before I start my presentation about the case study, so let's check back about the technology science in sport ethically. So technically, technology and science in sport is a technical, which means it can improve the performance of the athlete and performance of the coaches and surrounding to give a good result to the performance of athletes. So it can give a good result, and sometimes it can give a bad result. What I mean, because of the lack of researchers or anything. Okay, let's get back to the track. So now I would like to present you about in our Malaysia level for the technology or science that are applying in the sport. So National Sport Institution NIS is applying both of the software and hardware in order to train the athletes to go to another level. With the advanced technology, athlete can be prepared to the notch up on their performance. Several of the department of National Sport Institute is applying technology to get their good result for their goals. I would like to get example from the badminton that we are using BStat. BStat is which is a camera that monitor the performance of the athlete. We use it from 2008 after the Olympic Beijing. We start use it for we start use it to our athlete, specifically to our Datuk Lee Chong Wei for giving the good or peak performance to him. So BStat is known as a sorry, let me check. Is yes. BStat is one of the technology that can help to give a good example, good performance, and good performance of the athlete to achieve the goals of the performance. BStat is used like a camera on the side. It can track the opponent, our players from this place to other place, from to this game to another game. It can change the gameplay, so it can help a lot from the statistic that we gain. coaches and management team also help the team to get statistic from the BStack technology. Uh, if you want to read more about this article or details, you can find it from the star, and you can search it from let me check the title, the science in sport. So it mentioned the National Sport Institute is pushing our athlete further in innovative and smart technology. So it help a lot you to read and know how it used to the our industry in sports. So now I will share with you about the story to about the story in international cases. In international cases, normally we all know that all about the football. Everyone know about the football, so I would like to share about the VAR. What is VAR? VAR is a video assistant referee, and it help referee to accurate the decision to decide the what we call the true the good decision, the true decision. VAR is one of the technologies that introduced in our sport industry. It can decide throughout the order to avoid referee from misjudge or bias that can occur in referee decision. So we can see that by applying VAR was not a delegate the role of referee. It just right that somehow give referee a guideline or reference for certain cases. At the end of the match, at the end of the decision, referee must do his or her responsible on decision. So if we can say on the tournament World Cup, that or the EPL or the international level of the game, so the goal, even ball not passing through the passing in 50-50, the camera of VAR can detect that who won the league the ball, who won is wrong about the passing the ball. And or I can say that pass Maradona use hand to putting a goal, but on that time VAR don't have that time. So for now VAR is occur and we can detect, but every time detection that must decide by the referee. So although the VAR giving a good result or the clear result, referee must be responsible for the decision. Either one is good for the penalty or foul or anything to give a card, and all the responsible to the referee. I think before I giving a conclusion, you can find this article for the VAR in cbssports.com. So just click cbssport.com and you can find it VAR news. And for the conclusion, I would like to say that this topic give a good organization to the team, can overcome the problem, to give a good performance, give a good result to their goals, to give good judgment from the participate players, opponent, and organization, because the result of the result what they take from the clear vision, and then the possibility of the misjudge, we can be misjudge, we can not be simply take it. And as a human in this world, I can say that we have our limitation, our emotional and our physical different, but with the good technologies, with the good science, it can improve a lot to give a peak performance to our result, to the goals. And if the technology also can help the coaches to detect the performance of athletes, and can help the coaches to give a good decision for their players, to set up the training or to set up the performance in the game. And many benefits that we can find, but it must use with the sincerely and with good attitude. I think that's all from our group, and thank you for your listening to ours, and I hope you guys get the information with a good, and thank you so much for listening. Assalamualaikum.